Hey guys, Unfrequented World, and I decided to come out and put some trail cameras out in the bush today. And we're not very far behind my house right now. We're 100 yards into the bush. You know when you see something in the bush that's different, and if you know your bush, and you're in the bush all the time, some things just stick out. And I was walking across the lawn with a bag full of trail cameras ready to go into the bush, and I could see like a white square back here in the tree line. It's gray, it's cloudy, it's rainy today, so it wasn't a patch of sunlight or something like that. I walked in here where I could see it, and now I don't see it. And it was not just one white square, there was like a few of them going through over my head height. I could see it. And I was like, what is that? It was almost like a new tree had fallen down, but I know there aren't any trees big enough. Like the squares were 2 feet high by, and I don't know what I was looking at. It's not here right now. But look what's behind me. Right in the spot where I saw that, we've got a pull down right here. What was I looking at? I either just heard a bird call or a whistle. I got Gage over here chomping on sticks beside me, so I can't hear anything. The bugs are terrible. All I can hear is bugs buzzing. I don't want to be that quack. I don't want to be that weird guy that I see on YouTube. I'm just a guy who likes the bush, right? I like fishing. I like hunting. I believe in the concept of Bigfoot. There could be a Bigfoot. There probably is a Bigfoot. Well, if you take away all scientific proof. I have a belief. I want to believe. Where I'm going with this is, since we've been doing this for about a year now, a lot of weird, strange things happen that I can't explain, that I feel have nothing to do with Bigfoot. EVPs, voices on my cameras, orbs, light flashes, weird lights and things. All the strangeness that you watch on these other channels and say, oh, what a quack. Like, this is just totally for... I can't prove it scientifically, guys. You can go back and look at the videos. We have what we have captured. Screams, whistles, calls. And I'm going to say 75% of that is animal stuff. But the voices and the EVPs, I can't explain. The weird hair on the back of my neck, tapping on the walls, tapping on the parabolic dish, and some of the noises we hear on the parabolic dish, I can't explain at night either. So I'm going to have to go ahead and be that quack, be that guy that says, after 1 year, stuff is happening that I can't explain scientifically. I feel like it has nothing to do with Bigfoot, but it may. When I say that, it's hard for me to explain this. I think it is totally related to me being open-minded, being out here in the bush and doing this exploring. Do I think it's a physical Bigfoot thing that we're capturing all this evidence and weird stuff? No, absolutely not. So are we manifesting something ourselves that gets captured on tape? Or are we just open-minded enough and recording enough that we're capturing things that are happening around us all the time that we can't explain? That could be. I've stopped recording security camera footage at night because the EVPs, A, they creep me out, B, I can't seem to get a message out of them, so that frustrates me, and I'm just like, if you have a message for me, give me the damn message, right? It frustrates me to spend hours and hours listening to these sentences that it's not a message. It might be a name, it might be a few words. Hey Gary, hey there, Susie. I don't know a freaking Susie. where I'm going with this is we're not done with this subject. We can't camp out yet. The bugs are still terrible. That's why I'm in full garb here. And the mosquitoes are just crazy. We're going to set up 3 trail cameras today. I'm going to walk through the woods with Gage for a couple hours. I'm not going to do any more talking from this point in. Join me for a walk if you want, guys. I'm going to look for any new structures and things we find. I'll point them out. Like I say, I can't explain it. I'm a scientific, rational guy. And if we didn't have the stuff that we have on video, I would say nonsense, phooey, whatever. There's more to this. I think, personally, I think it's more of a, like a haunting type thing. Like, I don't think it's a physical, I don't think there's Bigfoot here in this bush right now at this time. What did I just see here in the bush? I can't explain that to you guys. I should have turned the freaking camera on. But I thought, well, we'll get in there, we'll see what it is, and then I'll film it. But when I got in here, there's nothing here. And it wasn't like it was just there for a second. I walked all the way across my yard, looking up and seeing, oh, it's there. Okay, I'm gonna go back out in the lawn and take a look in here again and see if maybe it's a trick of the light, I don't know. I can show you guys the sky right now, it's just gray. And where I saw this was right up in there, somewhere. It was like 3 squares. The trees were blocking part of it. It looked like a big tree going across. Well, I'm back out here on the lawn. I don't see it. I don't know. Was the light just lighting something up? But there's nothing horizontal in there. What was I freaking looking at? I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you guys where I was looking. Thought I heard something. Sounded like coyotes. Now I'm really going to sound crackerjackers, but it doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't make sense to me. See this stump here? It's pointing up in the air, okay? The only thing holding it up is this one branch. Like it's been propped up on this branch, which is broken. However, if this tree had fallen over, that branch would not hit the ground first and break to... I'll show you. It's not right. If this tree had fallen over, that branch, which should be up like this, would have just come down, and that would be resting on the ground right there. But instead, it does a 90 and is stuck in the ground, like somebody picked this up after the fact and propped it up using that. Just look at it. If this tree had fallen over, think of it. If that branch was straight out and that tree had fallen over, how would the tip of that get stuck in the ground? It wouldn't. That's impossible. And then right beside it, this is too big for me to say, oh, you know, I think a Sasquatch pulled that over. But look at, this is right beside this strange anomaly, and this is twisted. Look at. That's not like snow load pushed that straight down. It's twisted over. Which gives you this bent over on the ground. Am I crazy, guys? I don't know. Have I been doing this too long? I don't know. Look at the twist. This clearing we're in used to be my gifting clearing. And that log over there was my gift log. Something doesn't look right here either. I haven't come over to check it out yet, but it's that little tree that's crossways in the back here. That wasn't down before. This one right here wasn't down. Now, did that just fall over? But I used to fill this with treats and marbles and different things. Hell, yeah, I feel just like one of those quacks that I used to see on YouTube and go, for F's sakes, what is this guy doing for money? But then, if you pay attention, you notice things that don't make sense. You throw all the paranormal stuff that I have happen to me on top of that. Guys, and if you think this is a question of money, no. My YouTube channel makes $400 or $500 a month, and that's including my back catalog of 600, 700 videos I have on there, okay? So we're not making money off of this. I make about $1 an hour doing YouTube. All right, I run a physician clinic. My wife is a physician, and I teach at the college. Gary doesn't need to work for $1 an hour. Something strange going on. I wanted to talk about one more thing here. I watched the new Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, okay? And most of them were pretty benign. They were like murders and whatever. But there was one episode, number 4 I think it was, No Ride Home, where down south a young black man went to a party and didn't make it home. And basically the show summed it up as a hate crime or racism issue. But if you guys look at that case, you watch that episode, think of David Paulides' work, okay? That case hits on every single thing that David Paulides talks about. Kid was at a party drinking, he leaves. Nobody sees or hears from him. And there's a bunch of weird circumstances where he gets separated from his friends, okay, before that. The friends go back, they find his shoes in the ditch across the road the next day. Multiple searches take place between the local sheriff's office. They have a division down there called Kansas Bureau of Investigation or something like that. KBI or something. They investigate. Finally, the FBI comes in and investigates. They walk this mile of creek that's along this farm property multiple times. They bring in canines that search for dead bodies. Can't find anything, no sign of them. A month later, the family goes back to do their own search because they think that the police are showing incompetence at this point. They find the body in an area that's already been searched. Now, if I had not watched or read all of David Paulides' work, I would have just summed that up as, yeah, this was a hate crime. Strange that they didn't find his body right away. But if you're into David Paulides' work, watch the Unsolved Mysteries episode 4, No Ride Home. It checks every box. So the gifting tree is just behind that rock over there. We're still in the same clearing, essentially. I'll just show you one more here. This branch does not belong to this spruce tree. It's not spruce. Okay, the end of it comes up here, it's leaning against this tree, and we would say, great, that fell off another big tree. There are no other big trees here. That's the biggest tree, and it's an inch around. There's nothing for that to fall down. Somebody had to have picked that up and placed it there. Why? It's not my kids. They don't come back here. Did some stranger just walk through my bush and pick up a branch and set it there? I don't think so. If you're paying attention, guys, you see these weird things. I can't explain that. The only thing I can say today with any certainty is I'm getting eaten alive, so we are out of here. That's it. I've given up a pint of blood donation here. We'll leave those trail cameras out for the next 3 weeks or so and see what we get.